Leos are the only thing holding this country together.
I don't think women should talk as much as they do.
But this is the only himbo that does nothing for me.
Her reaction, her parents' reactions, like that, you couldn't make better TV.
I've only seen motocrossed because I'm gay. I love when you sing because it's like, what will happen next? You know what I mean? Like any sound could come out.
You have a very nasty energy today.
I thank you. Our black flag is at half.
I'm telling you, I was like getting emotional watching BMX. Like boys on bikes. Have you seen the sprinters? Have you seen the man?
And I will quote Tefi Pessoa, another Miamian,
Yes.
who said, I fight kids.
Let me say this. I am happy that last week we talked about birthday etiquette, because guess whose birthday it's about to be?
Any Leos in the house?
Don't say it like that.
Sorry.
Don't act nasty.
Yeah.
Leos are the only thing holding this country together.
And who would those Leos be?
Barack Obama.
Of course he's a Leo. Actually.
Of course he's a
Of
Leo. Are you
course.
kidding?
Axel.
Let me tell you, most likely Leos, least surprising Leos.
Okay.
Barack Obama,
Okay.
Meghan Markle, that man TJ from the Good Morning America affair.
Oh my God, the cheater.
3 light-skinned Leos. I mean, you didn't have it. No, you didn't.
Hunter
stand a chance.
Harris.
You didn't.
There's a fourth, actually.
They
There's a group
didn't stand
chat.
a chance. The Buckingham Palace. Good luck. Sorry, Meghan Markle. She's a light-skinned Leo from California.
That's what
Or
should
I
have
guess
scared
she's from
them.
Canada.
Not her being black, but her being a Leo, a light-skinned Leo. Dangerous.
No, like it's over. It's over.
Oh my God.
But I'm just feeling like extra. Do the words? If I should stay.
I love when you sing because it's like, what will happen next? You know what I mean? Like any sound could come out. It's
No.
crazy.
Devoted listeners to Let Me Say This might know already that I share a birthday with Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about me,
That's actually a really good birthday twin flex.
like that really says it all.
I have Barbara Streisand.
It's not your birthday, so you don't have to
Sorry.
like. I would choose.
just-
I would choose Whitney Houston over Barbara Streisand, though. To be
No,
honest,
no,
to be
of course,
honest,
of course,
yeah.
of
Like,
course.
clearly.
But I had to make it about me. Sorry.
No, this is the thing about being a Leo is that I both only know other Leos and I only know Leo traits.
Right. Like your
I-
astrology education starts and ends there.
Starts and ends with Leo season. I don't know anything about an Aquarius. I almost said an Aquarius. I don't know anything about an
Ghetto as
Aquarius.
hell. Oh my God.
The only thing I know about a Sagittarius is that that's Drake, right?
That's not my business.
But that's like a red flag. Like, that's like
Well, I do like when people are like, oh, like Virgos are fine, but like men Virgo. But you could do that with it's just men. Like a Taurus is great. A man Taurus, yeah, they're all bad. Common denominator. Aquarius men I hear are diabolical though.
You're a Taurus because you're hard-headed?
Tell me
No.
about Leos though. Like, what do you know about Leos? Actually?
What do I know
Sit
about
up.
Leos? We're the lions. We're very proud. We are extremely loyal.
That is true.
We celebrate our birthdays year-round, so the day itself does not carry like that much meaning to me. Like it's always my birthday. What did I wear to your birthday party? A Leo t-shirt, a shirt that said Leo on it.
Something
I'm
subtle.
I'm not ashamed either.
Something subtle like that. Yeah, she walked in tits up. She said, oh, hi. Hey, girls. Happy birthday, queen. Do you want a shot? Like, it was so nasty.
But I
actually.
think Leos are also very generous.
Yes. I
Hence,
agree.
do you want a shot?
Yeah. You said, look at us. Look at us. Look at this podcast right now. I will say, what I do love about a Leo is like you guys are really decisive about when you want to bark. Like you're not going to just yell and scream about any fucking thing. You're going to be like, when I need to step in, when I need to lay down the line, I'm going to do it.
And can I just bring 2 Leos into this space right now? Greta Gerwig.
Oh, it's not who I thought.
Absolutely. And Chet Hanks. Those are the white contingent of Leos. Did you feel a little tingle in your spirit?
I like sweat a bit. I was like, oh God. 2 white people I did not expect you to say at all. But I'm glad that you brought them into the space.
Powerful in different ways. This is the thing. The other signs, I mean, good luck. We kind of have everyone.
Are you excited for your birthday? What are you doing? Have you told the audience yet? What are you doing?
I'm going on a trip. Location
Okay,
undisclosed.
I think you're going to Connecticut or something. Like, what the fuck? Like you said it like
I'm going where I need to be.
Great. We'll follow along for more. You said watch this space.
You have a very nasty energy today.
I thank you. Thank you for noticing.
I'm like it's very like raw today, your energy. Why don't you tell everyone who you're mimicking, who spiritually is speaking through you?
I literally texted Hunter this morning, like I woke up with a fucking attitude. I woke up as a hater. My hater bones were aching. I had to stretch.
Oof.
I had to stretch. I had to open these hips. I had to find God. And I said, oh, this is what Hunter feels like every morning.
I wake up with something mad about. I wake up mad about something already.
Yes. Like I could just feel my shoulders all tight. And I was like, what is going on? It could be many things. It could be, there's nothing worse than a Taurus activated in Leo season, I think, just because like we're already so, the spirit, your spirit of the fiery spirit that summons into my body as a...
What are you, an earth sign?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So normally I'm a lover, but today I woke up a fucking hater and I said, let me extend some empathy to Hunter because it actually did feel pretty good to be like on the train just judging fucking everybody. I was like, fuck you and your mom to like the little girl next to me. Like,
oh my God.
No, sorry. Yeah, that was crazy of me to say actually. But I was trying to just like, literally, I was like, okay, Peyton, like how can we like release some tension? Like, what am I going to do? Listen to Astrology of the Week Ahead podcast, plug. Channy, the best. But I listen to that podcast every Monday to like set a tone, like feel like I have control over my life or whatever. And I'm listening and I'm trying to lock in. And of course, a man with a song and a dream has to walk onto the goddamn, what do you call it, train
Platform?
car, stand right in front of me. I'm not even wearing my noise cancellation headphones. I'm wearing Cosporter Pros. And this guy wants to sing a Justin Bieber cover off key.
Oof, don't do that to Justin. He's been through so much and he's still singing.
And he's still singing. Yeah. Don't do it to me. Like, it was just so, like, I was like ready to get physical. I was ready to swing. I was ready to swing on this man.
No, that is the worst. That really is the worst.
It felt good though. It kind of felt empowering. It felt like, oh, I wonder, like, this is what got Hunter into exercising, is actually just being a hater and like needing to put that energy somewhere.
And listen, that's very true. I feel like rage is a very like clarifying emotion for me. Like being really mad about something, I know exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I think there's something in there about like my relationship with my parents. I don't know. Like,
no.
Like there's something.
What do you think?
Don't psychoanalyze. Don't look too closely into that.
Yeah.
But no, what did I get mad about today?
Not you already having a full list. Hunter actually immediately in response didn't even say like, thank you for seeing me and my haterade. She sent me like a screenshot of all the things that had pissed her off already from the walk to the train.
Yeah, no, No
one's doing it like Hunter. No one's doing it like Hunter when it comes to being a fucking hater. Let me tell you that. I thought I was bucking up and I said, never mind, Hunter's been working since 7 a.m. actually.
No,
like,
because the way that I got back from a bachelorette party yesterday and I walked in, Andrew wasn't home, and I couldn't find the essential oil that I like to put in my diffuser. Oh, I had steam coming out of my ears. Oh, I was furious. I was like, where did he put it? What did he do with it? Why would he be moving my orange essential oil?
Andrew is stronger than the troops. A moment for Andrew.
It was me. I didn't put it back in the right place. Like, I'm telling you, I was furious. I'm hearing from men on Twitter that Drake is a Scorpio.
Hunter goes, oh, breaking? This just in. And the Let Me Say This off this update. Drake, Aubrey Graham is actually a Scorpio.
A Scorpio, October's very own, of course. Of course. How could I forget?
We said the name Drake and now we gotta sage the room and start all over.
I just already feel unsettled in my spirit. And yet, you know I love that Club album he did.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
One day I think we will do a ranking of astrology signs just to piss people off.
We don't have to do a ranking. We already know what's number one. Anyway, this week.
That was nice, actually. That was nice. You were smooth with it. Go ahead, girl. Speak your truth.
This week, we're talking about the House of the Dragon finale, bisexual Billie Eilish, and we're joined by Aiyana Ishmael to talk about the Olympics. And don't forget, we have a bonus segment that drops every Thursday only on Wondery Plus. Today, we're talking about Miley Cyrus and her family feud. So subscribe to Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or an Apple Podcast if you want to check that out. So let me say this.
Let me say this.
Are you looking for a home for your worst opinions?
Are you a hater first and a lover of pop culture second? Consider this a glorified group chat, but we're not calling you out. No. We're calling you in. This is a safe space
To talk shit.
But of course, from Wondery, I'm Peyton Dix.
And I'm Hunter Harris.
And this is Let Me Say This.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
When I think about season 2 of House of the Dragon, I feel like Tyra Banks yelling at that girl, learn from this. I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. No, that's how disappointed. We will be talking about the House of the Dragon season 2 finale. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched, skip ahead like 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay, great. We're done.
Okay, great. Now
Let's
the
get
other
into
people
it.
have left the room. Now we can get into
Now
it.
let's talk some shit.
So I was like preparing for a big twist the whole episode. I was like, there's gonna be something that happens that's gonna like turn this whole world upside down, shake the table, turn the table,
Red table.
knock the chess pieces off of the board, like what's gonna happen, and credits rolled. And that was simply it. There's like nothing.
Hunter, let me tell you, I was hungry. And I was ready to be fed. Because I was thinking where we were going with season 2, I was back in it. I was watching the end, sequence where they explain the episode. That's how you know I was locked in. And then when I sat down to the table and my plate was empty and there was nothing there.
And you hadn't even been served.
Not even a glass of water.
You said no one even came in the room. They're still in the kitchen. You said, wait, hold on, excuse me.
No, I'm pissed.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can.
That's why I woke up angry today.
That's why you woke up mad. That's why you woke up
actually,
mad.
Yes. Because I was so excited to have this big moment, this big battle. I mean, if you think about Game of Thrones, what it gave us that was great were so many iconic battle scenes. And we really were left with, what did you just call it? The ending of you just called it a fan cam of like.
Oh, well, this is the thing. In the finale, most of the finale is like rests upon this big meeting between Alicent and Rhaenyra. And Alicent, they'd had a meeting earlier in the season where Rhaenyra comes to Alicent and she's like, it is what it is, and it
ain't what it ain't.
And it ain't what it ain't. And
Fine.
your sons were not supposed to be king. They can barely like stand up straight.
She said,
like,
open the schools.
They still have adolescent acne. Like they can't be king, okay? And Alicent is like, it's already done. Like we've already started the war. We can't go back. Now Alicent puts on her little Blair Waldorf dress, curls her hair, puts on her cape in the dead of night, wearing a loud blue that says, "Look at me, blue." Anyway, she goes to Rhaenyra and she's like, "Okay, T, you were right."
She said, "You ate that."
She said, "You were right. Listen, your dad always loved your mom. We were just like close.
We were just fucking. I was a side piece."
She knew what it was when she married him, yeah. And then Rhaenyra is like, okay, if you can help me, we can link and build. We can work it out on the remix. And then the credits roll, and it's like we have to wait for the remix. The next season is going to be the remix,
right?
And in between that meeting and the credits, we just get like a fan cam, like popcorn scenes of people like walking quickly.
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of nothing in the season finale, which only I think is frustrating because I do think that season 2 had the makings to be good. Like, I felt like we had strong enough episodes that carried us from whatever the fuck happened in season 1 to like real, and maybe I'm just saying this because 2 women finally kissed, so.
But they kissed
I was
an
hoping,
episode ago.
Right. What? Honestly, the thing that pissed me off the most, I really liked season 2. I liked it a lot better than I liked season 1 specifically. Why weren't my girls bumping purses? What was going on? You did all that making out, not even for a dry hump.
Who do you want to be kissing? Alicent and Rhaenyra?
Them
or
too,
Rhaenyra
actually. Add them
and
to cart.
her
Rhaenyra
friend.
and her supporter guide, Miss Arya.
Oh, yes.
With the horrible accent. I don't know. We can come back to that. But yeah, it felt like a whole lot of talking. Not to be anti-feminist. Can I be anti-feminist for a second? I said, you told me no?
Yes, I said no.
I assumed you, of all people, would be like, say it louder.
No, sorry.
I don't think women should talk as much as they do. There was a lot of talking. That scene went on. I said, get to the dragon, get to the fighting.
You're talking about the scene with Alicent and Rhaenyra? There's too much talking? They had a lot to talk about.
I
They had a
mean-
lot to work out. No, I'm sorry. No, we needed to have a timeout because it's not that I didn't like this episode,
Okay.
but I did think that it's like not a season finale.
no.
I think
yeah.
if we would have switched the penultimate and the finale, I think I might have been more satisfied because really the final shot of the like previous episode 7,
Yeah.
where a little boy with the eye patch, Amond, walks over and like flies over with his dragon and then walks up on Rhaenyra with like her like Destiny's Child of
Her
Dragons
clique?
behind her.
Yeah.
I was like, that is a way you end a season. Like
Yeah.
that. But maybe they were like, we can't really. They did that last season where they ended on Rhaenyra's face, no?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, anyway, I thought that was like a much stronger final ending, but like that was it. It's like, even if they didn't, I thought that this episode was like good,
Yeah.
but it just the last minutes were so unsatisfying.
Wait, were you into this season?
I liked it better than last season, yeah. Because
Yeah.
this season, I was like, this is just like soapy. This is soap opera with some damn dragons. And it was more fun to me. Let me say this. Sir Christian Cole, listen, I love a dumb jock.
You are very himbo.
But this
pro.
is the only himbo that does nothing for me. That was a good moment in the finale to me. It's finally Sir Christian Cole getting told about himself. And all he can say is, listen, I was pussy wet. What do you want me to do?
He said, aren't we all?
Couldn't do it a different way if I tried.
I think that was the only time I really related to him. Was like, brother, me too. But if you enjoyed the finale. What were your favorite parts then? You tell me. Because
I didn't enjoy it, but I was satisfied by most of it. Like, okay, Sea Snake talking to his son, his bastard.
oh,
And the bastard said, let me tell you about yourself, actually. You need to be told for just a moment about what you've done to me. I said, okay, that son cracked open his book of parents of emotionally absent children. No. Let me take it back.
adult children of emotionally immature parents. A book that I told Hunter to buy. Correct. Continue.
And that's how you know I need to be reading it.
yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay, but keep on, girl.
No, that I liked. Gosh, I can't remember anyone's name, but you know the sister, Allison's daughter,
Helena. Mm.
Helena telling Aemon about himself.
Mm.
She said, and I know what you did to our brother, and I know what you were about to do, and I know what you will do.
And I know what you won't do is try to kill me. She said, what's that going to change? Not a damn thing.
She said, what are you going to do? What are you not going to do? Put me on a dragon? That's where I'm not about to go.
She said, I'm sitting my ass at home.
She said, you can't put me to work, brother.
That's
not
my
like
sister.
this.
Mm.
Yes, that I loved. And let me tell you what I'm happy to never have to see again.
I know exactly where you're
The
going with
ad
this.
for that game. The ad for that game. No, Pokemon Go to the polls.
Yeah.
That's what that game looks like to me. I swear it's like not real. And yet I see it every week and I'm like, okay, here we go. Fast forward.
I honestly am now like, I feel like we should try and play it.
Is it an app game?
I will find out. We'll find out. We're going to research Mama and we're going to report back if it's real or not.
So what did you like about this season? What were your big season moments? Other than the what do you call it? Bumping purses? Bumping clutches?
Why did that sound so homophobic the way you did? You said, go ahead with your bad self. I mean, I love Emma Darcy. I think that they're incredible. I think that they're such a good actress. I think they carried the season. But I love when queer people get to play queer characters. And I also loved her doing that, playing in Damon's face. Like, Damon's trying to get one up on you, and meanwhile, she's fucking his bitch. Like, that's what I really wanted to see. And
Yeah.
I actually really wanted more of that. I think Miss Aria or whatever her name is, wasn't even in the season finale. I don't even think she had a moment.
She wasn't. But
She's busy.
what I did like, back to Damon, was him being like, he said, I can see into the future.
He said, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
Not where I was going to take it. I was going to take it to That's So Raven. You can see into the future.
I went white, you went black. Thank you for that.
But he really had a vision, saw the
Yeah.
future, and said, oh, hold on. I am but one small piece of this much bigger puzzle.
Okay, but you know what my cross to bear is? And like a note I made to myself while watching the season finale.
Mhm.
Why does it take men so long to find common sense? Because I don't think he even needed that whole vision to realize, like, yeah, we're like smaller pieces in the puzzle of life, man. Like,
He might be a Leo, because it took a lot for him to know he was not the main character.
and
It
he
took
didn't
a
really know how
lot.
to apologize about it too. He just said, I'll just bend this knee real quick.
What was he supposed to? Okay, you had to hear the word sorry. He rallied the troops
He did, he
behind
did,
her.
he did, he
Okay,
did.
jeez.
But I kind of was hoping she would like get her pussy ate before she did that. But that was one of my favorite moments. And also favorite as in like gagged me moments was when, I say her name all crazy, died. The wife of Sea
Rhaenys.
Snake, Rhaenys.
Say it how you say it.
I don't remember.
You said it black as
I
hell.
said it black as hell and I forgot. Hunter was like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, that moment really, I said, we are so back when that happened because like I'm feeling it in my chest and that felt nice.
Yes. I'm trying to think of other big moments from the season that the Sea Snake's son, I can't remember his name, but whenever he rides the dragon.
Yeah.
Like whenever the dragon like comes up on him and he's like,
I like seeing more
tense.
black people on Dragonback.
yes.
More of that.
Yes.
Okay, really quick, I do think we should do a ranking. Who was taking it? Who was a big flop of the season?
Okay. Top for me,
Okay.
that small folk guy who is a dragon rider. Specifically that in like 2 episodes before, they kept cutting to like this small folk couple who's so incredibly hot. And you're like, why are they weird? Like, oh, we need like, small folk townspeople to like understand the plight of like the regular working man in King's Landing who like doesn't have enough food to feed his family. But they kept just cutting back to them and it's like, oh, wait. He is hot for a reason. He is a dragon rider. Like, yeah.
Hot with purpose.
Mhm.
Thank God.
Just
More
like
men should
me.
be.
Who is on top for you?
Okay, Rhaenys, obviously.
Yes.
And then Miss Arya, I'm giving it to her because she really, talk about girl bossing to the moon. My God. She really started at the bottom. Now she's here.
She
She's
did a lot with a
cosplaying
little. She did a lot with a little.
Hand of the Queen. Yeah. So she's kind of taking it for me. And I will say, Vhagar, that big bitch. Oh, yeah. She is taking it. Vhagar, if you aren't familiar, is the name of, Hunter doesn't know the difference between the dragons, but it's Aemon's dragon, the big girl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's not over to the fat
I sit
lady
up straight.
sings.
I sit up straight when I see her on my screen. I go, nothing but respect. But okay, who's your bottom?
My bottom is Allison. I mean, I can appreciate that like now she's kind of coming around and knows that like, listen, the Game of Thrones, it's a game and you either win or you die. Ever heard of it? And she's like not winning.
Yeah.
So yeah, have to put her down.
When she was in that lake, I could just hear August by Taylor Swift like playing in the background. I'm like, girl, get up and get to work.
She was on her folklore. She was locked the fuck in on folklore. And then also have to say, listen, I've said it before, Christian Cole. Enough.
Yeah.
Get hit. Wait, he needs to be outside of an Abercrombie and a suburban mall. That's where he needs to be. He does not need to be on the front lines of a war.
Yeah, I actually completely agree with you on that. I will say, producers, directors, Emma, if you're watching, my only ask for next season is let's get the lesbians back to work. Let's get some purses clanking about. Hunter doesn't even know what that
Say
means.
Say purses clanking one more time.
July 4th, for the record, I'm in head to toe black. But then the Summer Olympics roll around, and suddenly the only color I see is red, white, and motherfucking blue. Let me tell you that. Today with us to discuss the Olympics, we have Aiyana Ishmael, who is not only the love of my life, she's a Miamian, a famous NYC hater, a recovering theater kid, safe space here, and of course, the associate editor at Teen Vogue. Welcome, Aiyana.
Thank y'all for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here.
Thank you for your pink toes, for the pink set.
I know.
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah.
I have a very important question.
Spill.
In general, are you a lover or a hater?
So, this shouldn't be a difficult question to answer, but I will say I think I am a lover that is really good at hating. Like, think of like Jersey Shore, like Sammy Sweetheart. I'm like the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet. That's me. I think I'm a lover, but like also there's a little hate in the pop of love I give. So I feel like I can't choose. That's also maybe the Gemini in me, but that's my answer.
Yeah, that's actually the root of bisexuality when you really come down to it.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, thank you for that honesty.
Okay, now are you a lover or hater of the Olympics?
Lover. Lover
Absolutely.
down.
Absolutely. I don't know if you noticed I'm wearing an exercise dress.
And I don't know if you know, so I'm
Today.
wearing a USA t-shirt That was an accident, actually, but I am wearing it. So that was not. And you're wearing red,
I
white,
got
and blue.
my stripes on.
Wow.
you
Was that
know.
intentional?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank
Of
God.
course.
Everything.
No, you're a woman that stands on business.
Exactly.
Okay, were you always a big fan of the Olympics, or you very recently just went for the first time and it changed everything?
No. So I religiously talk about this. I am a sports girl. I grew up in a
Mm.
sports family. My dad is a football coach. My mom played volleyball in college. Both my brothers playing football collegiately and also formally. I played volleyball and basketball in high school. So I grew up with sports. So it's my entire world. Outside of me working now in fashion, I literally sports girl.
The
Grew up
way
with
that
it.
all rolled off of your tongue.
I know.
That
That was your real resume.
Friday
No,
Night Lights.
literally.
Okay. I see it.
One Tree Hill, very much.
Wow.
Peyton, yeah.
Wow,
Wait,
okay.
also the way we tried to be like, I'm in a sports dress and I'm in a little t-shirt. You said, oh, baby, sit down.
I run through the streets in this dress. Anyway, okay. I need to know everything about going to the Olympics for Teen
Yeah.
Vogue and also your really moving, amazing profile of Jordan Childs for
Thank
Teen
you.
Vogue.
Oh my gosh. So going to the Olympics was surreal because, like I said, I've been loving sports for so long. And so literally getting to go to Paris and see everything happening, I was like, oh, none of this is real. Like I was walking past athletes that I like scroll on Instagram and
Yeah.
like, oh, that's that skateboarder from Team USA. And I was like, I literally am like breathing the same air as him. It was unreal and also just very emotional. I didn't realize I'm a very emotional person. So I feel like maybe that's why it was that way. But just being there and seeing all the countries, like we went to Team France's house, we went to Canada's house, and just like seeing everything, not just US, I was like, wow, we should actually like be getting along like this every day. It doesn't happen, but like
It's
we
the
should.
spirit of the games. It's the spirit of the games. What can you say?
And then Jordan was a huge thing for me because I obviously love gymnastics, been following it for a couple of years. And so she was one of the first people that I immediately was like, we need to do something with her. I think she's going to make it. But obviously you have to hope and pray, keep your fingers crossed. Like I brought this up like in September of last year, being like, I think we should do her. I think she's going to make Team USA. And obviously there were naysayers. People did not have her on their team for getting to Team USA at the Olympics. And so I remember the past like 6-7 months, I was like, I can't wait till she proves them wrong because she's going to be on that team. And then it worked out. She was on the team. She's on our cover. And I was like so excited for her. And just like even having a part of being like able to tell her story or bring her whole world to like our audience and readers, I was like, yes.
And cut to this morning, Miss Thing won bronze.
Yeah.
But there's some drama behind it.
It was
take us
a
there.
lot. I think obviously in the beginning, the morning was super stressful and everyone was kind of freaking out how Team USA was going to do because right before floor, we actually had beam where Suni Lee and Simone both fell off the beam.
Yeah.
And so they did not medal, which has not happened. I don't recall the exact amount of years, but it's been like 10 plus years since a Team USA member has not medaled on beam and the individual events at the Olympics. And so I was going to floor like, Lord Jesus, like
pull out a cigarette. Here we go.
What's gonna happen? And so it was also nerve-wracking because they put Jordan last. Like she was bringing it home. And so I was like, oh, that's a lot of pressure to put on her when she was in a place where the most she's going to get is a bronze because obviously you have Simone and then you also have Rebecca Andrade. So who is like, girl, you really got to push to get beyond that. And so she did amazing.
Yeah.
She had very few actual penalties and like deductions. But when they calculated, it was like, oh, this other girl is in third place and Jordan's in fourth. And so obviously everyone kind of shuts down. They're like, okay, so she's out of it because the NBC commentator literally was like, whatever Jordan gets is the final score. And that will be what 1, 2, and 3 is. And so when they said her score, I was like, oh, it's done for. I'm so sad. I literally texted in my Slack. I was like, y'all, she fought so hard. She deserved this.
I'm
Seconds later,
oh
I know. I was literally shook because I was so sad for her. But then a couple seconds later, everyone starts whispering. And that's when I was like, oh, tea is happening because Simone didn't move.
Yeah.
Simone was supposed to start getting dressed and walking over to claim her medal. She's there whispering with the coaches, looking around, holding out. I'm like, oh, like this isn't over.
Yeah.
Like clearly this isn't over. And so what I even didn't realize that some people don't even go about doing it, but basically Team USA requested an inquiry where you basically assume that, like, not assume, but you say, hey, I think you need to recheck this score and I think you need to look back at the tapes. And so that's what they did. And the judges got it wrong. And so they claimed that she didn't do a specific leap that would have given her more points, but she actually did it when they ran the tapes back. And so they had to give her points. And she ended up getting that bronze. And her reaction, her parents' reaction, like that, you couldn't make better TV. It's like,
What was your reaction?
Oh my gosh.
I was yelling.
Yeah.
Just yelling because I was like, I knew she had wanted this. This was the first time she'd ever gone to an individual like competition. Normally she'd obviously competed with Team USA, but going on to the individual competition, she had never done that. And so I know she really was pushing for it. And honestly, her floor routine is insane. She's been getting so much clout around her floor routine since she was at UCLA. So I was like, oh, she needs this medal. Put it in her hands.
Yeah. And did.
I know.
Yes, no, I mean, her reaction, her parents' reaction, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is why I watch the Olympics.
Exactly.
Like, sports that I've never heard of before, I'm like, oh, I'll die over this. I will die over badminton all of a sudden. Like, never, don't know how that's played.
I'm water polo, fencing. I'm like,
fencing is
the gun
crazy.
sport?
Fencing is crazy.
the shooting?
Which I was like, okay, we should like maybe come back to this little thing. But like, I mean, those photos were taking it. I'm going to say something really brave and radical and true, which is like that podium of 3 Black girls.
Yes.
I don't think hasn't happened in so long.
History.
And look at the room now. I'm sorry. Something's happening here.
Wait, can I be
Parallel
Rebecca? I
universe.
want to be Brazilian.
You can be Brazilian.
Yeah.
But
You
I
can
also,
have that.
I love how like they like Simone and Jordan like bowing to Rebecca
Yes.
was like
Yes.
literally so sweet because Rebecca had like a crazy injury.
Yeah,
like
she-
really fought her way back.
I think it was like she had like 3 or like 2 to 3 ACL injuries in the past couple of years. Like
Sure.
it's been like an awful amount of like
Yeah.
injury to her body. And then also some people, I personally, this is how I felt. I don't think the judges were wrong, but I did feel slighted when she didn't even medal for beam either. So I was like, she did so good.
Yeah.
Brazil, what is Flavia, when she
busted
busted
her
her
face?
face and got up and still competed with a Band-Aid, I said, this is the most badass woman I've ever seen in my life.
Feminism.
Put this in a Marvel movie and she gets paid $5 billion. Like,
So it was a huge win. I think not even just for her, but for like her whole team because she won the gold over the legend Simone Biles. Like Simone knows she's the best, so she has nothing to prove. So her getting silver, if anything, is just a nod to be like, these people have to work up to my standard. And so the fact that Rebecca was able to do that, hell yeah.
Carried.
I'm bowing down to her because you did something that most people will never do is beat Simone Biles.
Simone Biles was like, you're the only bitch in the house I ever respected.
Exactly.
Like, you hate that. Well, I'm so curious. It doesn't even have to be about like competition necessarily, but what were your favorite parts about the Olympics? Like a high and a low.
Okay, so controversial. I'll say high. I stand behind it, even though they made so many mistakes with trying to make that city a part of the Olympics. Beach volleyball, Eiffel Tower Stadium was the most perfect thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't think I will see a more romantic thing in my world, especially personally, because I played volleyball. I love volleyball. I also, the game that I got to see was men's volleyball, and it was Italy versus Qatar, which are amazing teams.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so gorgeous. I was like, I'm sitting here watching men play volleyball, which is the hottest thing they can do. Like, fact check, like nothing is hotter.
I have to call bullshit. I'm sorry. Have you seen the sprinters? Have you seen the man? The men?
But like,
that one girl with the gun.
I'm gonna
you know we're gonna talk about it. You
That
know
one girl
we're
with
talking
the
about my
gun.
sister.
Exactly.
The Korean sharpshooter. Just to be clear.
Specific. But yeah, I was like, I think that to me was like the highlight because it just was like, besides, that was my first time seeing the Eiffel Tower. And obviously when I went in April before the Olympics, I didn't get to see it from up close. So that really changed my perspective of it, being like, this is gorgeous. And then obviously having that sport happen and just like the stadium was alive. My game that I went to was at 11 p.m. Paris time. Packed room. It had been pouring all day, so everyone was freezing cold, but everyone's just cheering, going crazy. I was like, this is the most special moment I think I'll experience for the next couple of years. Like, it sounds dramatic, but it really did feel that way.
Love.
And then I say lows. Very low was that opening ceremony.
Oof.
I'll be the one to say
Yeah.
it. I was there,
Yeah.
sitting in the rain for 4 hours. It was the most miserable I had ever been.
Yeah.
All I had, I'll send a little picture because I've been wearing it all the time since I got back. My homeboy Fergie, the Fergian hat, that's the mascot of the Olympics.
Mhm.
Everyone keeps saying, like, are you wearing a blood clot on your head? I'm like, no, that's the mascot.
Oh, I thought it
Of
was a
the Olymp-
lobster.
Oh my god.
No one knows what he is, but I love him. He's just like, I'm obsessed with him. That's all I had for protection for
Mhm.
hours of rain.
That
And
is
so
crazy.
he is the best memory that I got from that night. But when I say that was bring back the stadium, we don't ever need to try anything new ever again. I think like stick to what works. The stadium, the camaraderie, because
Yeah.
literally sitting outside on the river in the rain, I was like, pack it up. I'm ready to go home. I don't care if USA is 15 boats from now. I'm going home. Like I was
You're like, I don't even
so-
care about this country
Exactly.
anyway. Nationalism dead.
like I was enjoying it. At first I was like, Greece came by, Canada came by. I'm waving hard as heck. Colombia came by. I was like, okay, I'm locked
And I
in.
love the way you said Colombia just then.
Yeah.
From Miami.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was like, in the beginning it was cute, but once we got halfway, I was like,
It
send me
did-
home.
From watching it home, it felt a little bit tedious. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, again and again and again. And we go like down the Seine just to go all the way back up or vice
No,
versa.
they literally went straight down. That's what I think was also confusing. People didn't realize. Like I had friends texting me. They're like, what's going on? What can you see? And so I was sat right in the middle of the parade.
Mhm.
And essentially, like if they called Canada on like NBC, 30 minutes later is when we saw Canada in my spot.
Mhm.
So it was just long, and there were so many like moments where there was dead because like no boats were passing us,
Yeah.
no music was happening, and where if you weren't at the end of the parade where the Eiffel Tower was,
Mhm.
you didn't get to see the actual performances with your own eyes. You were watching on a
Oh.
screen just like everyone else at home.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Yeah, I would have been in that
okay,
hotel
wrap
bed.
it up.
Yeah. Okay, I have a very important question because the Olympics makes me feel things about stuff that I've never known about before. What are your like favorite random ass sports? Maybe nothing's random to you since you actually know about
Yeah,
sports.
you like know how things work in this world. We're like, that's so crazy. People run fast. Like we're so annoying like that.
I'm telling you, I was like getting emotional watching BMX.
Real.
Like boys on bikes. I was
Real.
like, wait, no, don't eat shit. Like this is so sad. This is so emotional. Like, have you seen a man fall on a bike? It's crazy to watch. It looks like so
No.
incredibly painful.
I've only seen motocross because
Oh
I'm
my
gay.
gosh.
those
I was
bikes
like-
had motors. These bikes don't. Just
Oh.
to be clear.
See, that's what I know then.
Okay, yes. For me, I would say BMX. And also, like, this is like not a random sport, but the Kamala Harris, good news. I love good news. But it's me about uneven bars. Oh, if I could do anything in life,
Ooh.
it would be uneven bars.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I think it's so beautiful. It's so elegant. You have to have so much upper body strength, which I don't.
Yeah.
But I just think it's like the most moving thing in the world.
I can see you doing that actually with your teeny tiny little ass.
Yeah. I was
Anyway.
like, I think you have to
Say it
build
again.
for it.
Say it again.
Not the Princess Nokia of it all. Yeah. Okay, I think that mine would be. It's less of the events and more of like. I'm like looking at who's hot first and foremost,
Real.
obviously, or things that were like a really hot moment, which most recently was the guy who got disqualified because his dick hit the pole.
Yes.
I said, you better
He wasn't
flex.
wearing a cup.
Hit
Like,
the
I
pole.
don't know what was going on.
Hit the pole.
Hit the
Smash
pole.
the pole.
Yeah. The pole went
Smash the
clacking,
pole.
clamoring
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Oh, no.
And I said, wow, that was crazy. Good for him, honestly. I bet his DMs, he won in the end of the day. He didn't win the goal, but at the end of the day, he won. 'cause
won.
His DMs are going to be full. So
Yes.
good for him. Good for that one man. And obviously the sharpshooter, I think her name is Yeji Kim.
Yes.
Shout out to Korea. I'm on my way. But I've never seen, of course, immediately all my goons, aka the gay people that follow me, were like, yeah, babe, like she's got a man and a kid. And I will quote Tefi Pessoa, another Miamian,
Yes.
who said, I fight kids. And I thought, you know what? You know what?
What did the kid do?
Me too. Yeah, I know. The
Maybe
kid's
the
like,
husband.
the kid's like, I'm an ally. What do you mean? Like, I didn't need her to be a full-blown lesbian the way she was in, like, what went viral is so funny of that moment is not even from this current Olympics. Like, the viral clip was from just a different, I guess, competition. And she was wearing this backwards black cap and, like,
yes.
looking just so
Billie
gay.
Eilish down.
Yeah,
Okay,
Billie
okay,
Eilish sat
okay.
up and put her snapback on and said, time to clock in. She called Charli XCX. But that was my favorite hot people
Yeah.
Yeah.
of the Olympics so far.
I feel like I always tell everyone that is like the end to caring about sports is by caring about like the hot people on the teams. I did not care about sports when I was 6, but then like my first crush on like the football team happened. I was like, oh, I need to know what every single play is happening. So when my moment comes, I'm gonna know what I'm talking about.
I love that you have a crush. You said, "Let me study.
Yeah.
Let me open a
get to
book.
work.
Let me get to like figuring out a play.
Yeah.
Lock in.
Interesting.
We on this podcast hold space for hot people.
Yes.
I just want that on the record. Yeah.
and we hold spaces for crushes too.
For both.
And we hold crushes for the men sprinters.
And the women with guns.
I
Well, thank you so much, Aiyana, for coming and talking shit with us on this podcast.
Of course. Thank y'all for having me. I'm like a huge fan. So
Yeah, so
Oh,
are we.
thank you.
It's just a bunch
It's
of fangirls.
mutual.
Where can people follow you?
on Instagram, Twitter at Aiyana Ish, and then on TikTok at Aiyana Ishmael, and on my YouTube that has like 2 videos at Aiyana Ishmael. So
I love it. Thank you so much.
August 1st, the clock struck 6 o'clock, 1800 if you will, depending on where you are. And I ran my little gay ass to youtube.com to watch and listen to the Guess Charli XCX remix with Billie Eilish. And let me tell you, there's so much to talk about actually here. Like I'm starting with, this is the gayest she's ever been. Like I knew before many people because I am gay myself, but also because I saw the drawings that this girl did on her Instagram story. If anyone remembers, they were like very like big titty, like women, like fairies, like kissing and like floating. And I said, okay, so you're never dodging the bisexual, lesbian, queer allegations, but go ahead, queen.
This is Billie Eilish you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
No,
Well-
Charli XCX is straight as an arrow. Always will be. Shout out to her allyship.
Guess what? I like the song.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I thought
You're
it was
throwing that little booty bag.
It was a
to
little beep beep boop boop, but it did enough for me. What can I say? What I loved most though was the tease. Who is it gonna be? Who is this gonna be? Who is this gonna
Describe the tease. Describe the tease for the audience.
It was clearly Charli XCX and someone in like low rise basketball shorts, like down to her damn mid thigh, with like a kind of like hand to the side.
So many silver
pose.
rings. So
I
many
was
silver
like,
rings.
either this is someone who is late to first period algebra 2 in the year 2006, or it's Billie Eilish.
Right. There were 3 layers of boxers.
Either this is someone who simply never had a binder to put their papers in,
For sure.
or it's Billie Eilish.
And those things could exist at the same time, just by the way. We're holding space for both. That tease was truly hilarious because it's like, well, we know, babe. What did you think about the lyrics? And would you like me to read them to you?
Go ahead and read them to me.
Okay.
Refresh my memory.
Yeah, of course. This specifically are the lyrics that Billie added. I want to try it, bite it, lick it, spit it, pull it to the side and get all up in it. Not me turning to Langston Hughes instead of Billie Eilish. Like I went somewhere else. Sorry. Charli likes boys, but she knows I'd hit it. Charli, call me if you're with it.
Okay, let me say this. I certainly saw Bop It commercials in the year 1999.
You said, this sounds familiar, copyright. Okay.
No, not to silence her, but that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me.
I'm always curious, like, did that do anything for you?
Bop It?
No. No, the lesbian
I want to try
lyrics.
it. Yeah, no, I think that there's like kind of a sexy Billie Eilish like vocal affect. Like she sounds like she's not going to text you back.
And she won't.
And that's like the kind of thing that I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Tell me more.
Yeah. But
Say
you're
less.
you're going into it being ready to be left on red.
Yeah.
of
Totally.
course.
But then I also, the Charli likes boys, but you know I'd hit it. That was like cute.
I think Hunter likes that because Hunter is like one of those straight girls that will like come to the gay club and be like, like that girl's kind of hitting on me. Like that's crazy, right? Like you would enjoy that. I mean, you're not gonna bump purses with anyone, but you are gonna really enjoy the attention and affection of a woman. Nothing like it. Serotonin rush.
What can I say?
She's a Charli XCX. I'm the
club
Billie Eilish.
classic. Mosquitoes,
Hate you.
lesbians call me a club classic.
They do. Wow, you really are the Charli XCX to my Billie Eilish. Me being fucking loud and gay, and you being like, sure, girl. Let's go to Bushwick. Yeah.
I think that there is something about Billie in this era that reminds me of like the Billie that I remember. Like Julia Roberts said that she loves Billie Eilish, and I looked up who is Billie Eilish, and it was just like this girl in like baggy clothes and blue hair, and I was like,
Yeah.
huh? And then I listened to her music, and it was so open-hearted and tender, and kind of like, even with like a pretty propulsive beat, like
Yeah.
it still feels like very vulnerable. And the the Billie that we're seeing today reminds me of like that earlier Billie.
Like, yes and no.
Okay.
I think like what we're encroaching on now is something that's a little bit more African American. Before, aesthetically, not sonically, I think she was doing this more like e-boy meets like a little bit of like a punk kind of thing, like
Skater boy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy," kind of situation, and that felt like fine and safe to me. Like, go ahead with your gigantic monster truck and like 2 beanies at once and like skinny glasses. Like that's go ahead, girl. If you like it, I love it. Now we're doing something different. Like, I don't think you need to be wearing a snapback every day. I'd be checking if she's wearing Sean John. I'd be looking at the credits. Like, sorry, I do feel that we are coming up on a bit of cosplay that I hold space as a queer person who, like, when I came out, you should have seen the looks I was trying to throw together. I mean, I'm breaking news, Black, but I was like, oh, like, I'm just gonna wear a lot of like, I wanted to remove myself from this idea of femininity and like thinking that femininity erased my queerness.
Mhm.
And I think that's a common experience that most queer, either femme presenting or just in general queer people feel when they come out, is like having to over index in a certain aesthetic in order to read as queer.
Mhm.
So we hold space for that. But
Well, I will say the Black community has lost Ariana Grande, and we've gained Billie Eilish.
our Black flag is at half mast.
Like, no, I wish
I mean, I would take Ariana back.
in a heartbeat, in a heartbeat. And the first thing we do is dye her eyebrows back to brown. That's the first thing on the agenda. Anyway,
Come back. I do think that there's something there that is, I think we need one less snapback, or we need the pants to just, because she does wear and
Billie,
dress.
you're talking about.
I do think Billie Eilish does enjoy being feminine and does enjoy playing with her presentation. That's kind of like the best part about being queer, is getting to like try on a bunch of different looks and aesthetics and see, you know, what fits. I think there was this idea when she dropped Happier Than Ever that she was like, oh, so you're white now. So you're like a soft girly femme. What, did Happier Than Ever hurt you?
What was the Barbie song? Was that Happier Than Ever?
No, that was her.
Oh, what was
Happier
I
Than
made?
Mhm.
What was I made for? Okay. Happier Than Ever, sure. What was I made for? Absolutely not. The door is closed. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I don't like that song. I'm happy that we're not in that era. Put her in FUBU in present day if it gets us away from the Barbie song.
Yeah. Okay, hot take, hear me out. It's like, if you're gonna do it with your chest. I want you crip walking on stage, okay? I want you doing it full out. Okay?
This is the only activist for Billie Eilish to be wearing a do-rag, just so you know.
I'm just like, don't half-ass it. Like, if you're gonna cosplay, do it with your chest, babe.
And
You'll bounce back from it. Miley did. Like,
she's like DMing a braider right now.
she's DMing my braider. Should have never tagged her. Damn it. Yeah, there's just like something going on. There's something afoot that I need her to pull a little bit back from, or I need full fit, full drip Sean John.
But I fully understand what you're saying. The kind of like, I don't know, like TI outfits of it all is like not doing it for me. That being said, I do think her like overt flirtatiousness, like that kind of performance of her own like swag, is kind of funny to me. Like, I liked her chicken shop date interview.
Yes, I will say that part, floor it. That part, pedal to the metal, baby. Oh my God. I'm like, now I'm getting nervous. And then I'm like, wait, I can't feel this way because this bitch is, what, 22? Didn't she just, you know we don't believe in anyone under the age of 26.
No,
I don't believe in their existence. I don't believe in
doesn't. I don't like to talk to people younger than 24.
Yeah. But I do think she's cooking with like the, I don't know, she's said that she was outed on a red carpet. I do think inherently a lot of what she was already saying about herself and talking about her life. It was very queer. And now she, I think, actually gets to break down the door even harder, which she is. She busted that shit wide open is what I was about to say, which is, I'm so sorry to my mom and dad that listen to this podcast.
Ugh.
But she did kick down that door into the lesbian universe and Florida, kind of like in the music video, she crashed into it on a tractor and said, "Sup, faggots, I'm here now. Make way." So, welcome. Stay gay, Billie, but stay white. Well, that's it for this week. As usual, we are 2 online, so you don't have to be.
We are not one nation under God. We are one nation under Simone Biles.
And producers, I'm going to need that bisexual alarm immediately on my desk next week. Thank you.
And House of the Dragon Season 3, step it up. Work a little bit harder. Do some more.
Let me